In this work, it's really important to be trauma-informed and to understand that all of these families that have found themselves in need of emergency shelter have gone through trauma to get to where they are today. And so Interfaith understands that we need to have that lens when we're looking at families, and we need to take each family as they come and understand that it's not only the adults that have experienced that, it's their children, which adds another layer to the whole complexity of family homelessness. And that's what I think Interfaith does really well. The mission of Interfaith has been the same for the last 40 years as it is today. We are uniting in service to families with children experiencing homelessness in Snohomish County. So Interfaith operates emergency shelter programs that are 90 days long, and we also offer low barrier emergency shelters. So that means families with their children don't have any preconditions to receiving emergency shelter. We try to get them into a unit as fast as possible.
When I moved out of the shelter, I went into transitional housing. I got my associate's degree in paralegal studies and business management while I was living there. About a year and a half later, I signed my Section 8 voucher, and I've lived in the same house with zero problems for 10 years.
Interfaith recently launched a pallet community village in South Everett that really leverages the available space and the resources and is really nestled right into the community right there. We have access to everything that our other emergency shelters also have, and so it's just another way that we can effectively use resources and safely house families. We also offer a children's program where children get access to a child and family advocate, structured activities, help with homework, and just really be connected to other caring and supportive adults that really focus on them. So as we've grown, we've recognized that families are living out of their cars or in other places not meant to be habitable. And that really has launched Cars to Housing in 2019 because we had families that just needed a place where they could feel safe and where they could go every night with access to a restroom and access to a case manager. Partnerships are key in really addressing this need around family homelessness. We couldn't do what we do without the partners that we have. And so we've had many faith-based partners. In fact, that's how Interfaith has started, with groups of churches coming together to meet that need. So I'm so proud of the partnerships we have, especially at Cars to Housing and Madison Family Shelter, because these partners, these churches have really trusted in Interfaith and the services that we've really come to be the expert at over these years.
Our role here is to support the shelter by providing the land, and then to support them in any way that we can, because there is a real need for families to be sheltered. If you're a single mom and you have a 14-year-old boy and you're on the streets, most places you can't take that child in. So to be able to keep families together and not put them in the position of having no shelter or having to leave a child behind, I think is so important.
I am most proud of being able to provide my grandkids with a steady home. It hasn't always been an easy road, but absolutely 100% the tools that I learned has helped me with what I've had to do. I've had lots of loss in these last 10 years and never lost my tools that I learned at Interfaith. Never, even through all the loss.
One thing that Interfaith has learned over the last 40 years is that there is a constant need to find more creative solutions. And in those 40 years, we have just barely skimmed the surface of the need to address this major issue. And so having partners and more folks with the understanding that we need to think differently is going to be key in turning the corner on this and trying to find more ways that we can shelter more families and their children.